Hey everybody, it's Garrett over here at Corporate Fitness Works. I'm over here at the Aspiria Fitness Center, and today I'll be teaching a mobility and more formatted class. For today's class, you guys, equipment that I will be utilizing first and foremost will be a resistance band, a moderate, thicker resistance band, relatively longer. I'll be using that to get us statically stretched in the lower body to start off class. Following that, the remainder of the class will just be basically body weight. So if you guys have some space, I'll be doing some of our dynamic warm-up, walking out. So if you have a little bit of space, you guys can utilize that when we're doing that. Other than that, other piece of equipment I will be utilizing is going to be these kind of glute bands, kind of longer glute bands of lighter to moderate intensity. We'll be using this for our mobility section, working on the lateral chain or the lateral fascia chain throughout the body. So if you guys have different resistances for that, that's great. I've got a light, moderate, and heavy, but use what you can. If you do have that band, you can use that for that as well. And I'll give you guys kind of a couple of different options as well if you don't have that during that time. So no worries. That'll be kind of the majority of the equipment you guys will be using for today's workout. Other than that, we will have a core finisher where we'll be using a couple of dumbbells, weights, light to moderate, nothing crazy on that. But yeah, I'll just be using 3 weights for our core finisher. And that should be about it, you guys. Pretty simple today. Today's class is all about increasing movement, mobility, flexibility throughout the body, throughout the joints. So that's the goal today. We're going to start off first 10-15 minutes. We're just going to be getting stretched both statically and dynamically. Following our stretching portion of this mobility and more, we're going to go into a few different movements, a few different positions you guys can get more mobility in the lateral chain. So that's going to be kind of that lateral or that side part of the body. And we're going to be focusing mostly on that thoracic lateral chain through the hip. Okay, so increasing mobility through that lateral chain today, and then like I said, we will be ending it with a about 10-ish minute core workout. So that's all we got today, you guys. Pretty straightforward, opening up the body, increasing range of motion, increasing mobility and flexibility throughout the body, throughout all of those joints. So that's what we got today, you guys. We'll go ahead and we will get right after it, starting off with our 4-way resistance band static stretch. So at that time, if you guys do have that band, go ahead and grab it. If you don't, go ahead and grab a longish bath towel. That should work as well. And we'll go ahead and get stretched. All right, let's go ahead and get after it. All right, guys, start off this 4-way resistance band stretch. Grab that resistance band or grab that bath towel, whatever you guys have. We're gonna loop it around that first foot, whichever one you wanna start off with it, right or left. Go ahead and put that band right about the ball of your foot. Okay, same thing with the bath towel. All right, here we're gonna lean back, you guys, keeping that leg relatively straight. Okay, we're gonna start off getting that hamstring stretched out. Okay, so start off with light tension and pull that leg closer and closer towards the head, making it a little bit tighter, getting that hamstring more warmed up. Okay, we're gonna hold this for about 15 to 20 seconds. After we do that, we're gonna bring that leg to that same side, opening up that groin area, getting it stretched out. Same thing, pull it closer to that head to get it tighter and tighter, get it more warmed up. Hold that for 15 to 20 seconds. We're gonna bring that leg across the body after that, getting those abductors or the glutes stretched out. Same thing, 15 to 20 seconds. And then after that, we're gonna raise that band ever so slightly, pull on the front part of that foot, and get that calf stretched out, okay? Completing that 4-way stretch. All right, we're gonna do that same thing on the other leg as well. So let's go ahead, you guys, start off with that hammy. Lean back, keep that leg straight, and work up to that full tension. go ahead and guys bring that leg that same side. Keep that back attached to the ground. Get that groin area stretched out. Go ahead, guys, bring that leg across the body here. Keep that back attached to the ground. Stretching out that outer IT band area and that glute. Go ahead, sit it on up. Raise that band ever so slightly on that foot, and then we're going to pull on that front part. All right, getting that calf stretched out here, and then we're just going to switch everything over and get that left leg statically stretched out. All right. So these static stretches, you guys, these are great for just doing, just getting stretched out, obviously. Okay, you guys. Preferably, you're doing these static stretches not on a day where you're going, or I should say, not right before any type of heavy resistance strength-based training. Static stretching like this for longer periods of time, upwards of 30 to 60 seconds prior to a workout, is shown actually decreasing in going up in weight and all that type of stuff. So. Long story short, make sure you guys are doing a dynamic warm-up prior to any type of strength-based training as opposed to just doing any type of static stretching. All right, so let's go ahead, you guys, lean back here. Let's get that other leg stretched out. Start off those hammies. Drop that leg to that same side here, opening up that groin area. Let's go ahead and bring that leg across that body. Sit it on up, raise that band on that foot, pull on that front part of that foot. Let's get that calf stretched out here. Alrighty guys, we are done with our static stretching portion of the warm-up, so you can go ahead and get that band out of the way. Next up, we're going to go ahead and get into a little bit more of a dynamic warm-up, okay? Like I was saying, you guys, this dynamic warm-up, you guys should try to integrate that into your warm-ups prior to any type of strength-based training, all right? This is going to be more applicable to getting the body warmed up as opposed to static stretching for a multitude of reasons. Number one, this dynamic warm-up, these are going to be more practical movements that you guys are going to be doing, replicating what you're going to be doing in that workout, as opposed to just bending down and stretching, working on flexibility. Obviously, there's a time and a place, and static stretching is important. It is great to stretch out those muscles and whatnot, but like I said, it's a time and a place, and it's not prior to any type of moderate to heavier resistance strength-based training. So we'll go through this dynamic warm-up. You guys can integrate this into your warm-ups, like I said, before any type of strength-based training, and that's probably what I would recommend. All right, so I'm going to be doing this walking out about 8 to 10 yards. But if you guys don't have the space, do all the movements I'm doing and just do them for about 15-20 seconds or until I'm done, okay? So we'll just go ahead, you guys. Starting off, we're gonna get our quads a little bit more dynamically warmed up here with a quad stretch, all right? For this exercise, you guys, we're gonna alternate grabbing that front part of the foot, that ankle area, pulling up on that leg, okay? While you're pulling up on that, you're gonna feel that quad getting worked, okay? Make sure you guys are keeping that knee pointing into the ground, and then we're gonna extend on that down toe and reach with that opposite hand, all right? Alternate, holding each rep for about 2 to 3 seconds to make sure you're getting that quad stretched out. Like I said, we're just gonna go about 8 to 10 yards down. All right, once we get 8 to 10 yards down, you guys, we're just gonna switch the dynamic warm-up exercise accordingly. You guys are also working on balance here as we extend on that down toe. You really want to make sure you're tightening up that core so you're not doing any type of leaning. Okay. All right. Next up, guys, we're going to do a knee tuck hip flexor stretch. All right. So this next exercise, we're going to be working on that front part, that top part of the hip here, that hip flexor area. All right, we're going to alternate grabbing that front part of the knee, okay? As we grab that front part of the knee, we're going to pull into our chest and go straight up with it, okay? Make sure when you guys pull that in your chest, that you're not reaching, or that you're not arching that back, bending at the low back. Really want to make sure that we're keeping that nice and tight here the full time. And that when we're grabbing, we're just going straight up as we pull, okay? All right, as you do that, you'll feel a deep stretch in the glute, and like I said, you'll feel that hip flexor getting worked, obviously, as you're holding it, okay? Same thing here, guys, 2 to 3 seconds per hold, extend on that down toe, alternate every step of the way. Next up, we are going to do a more specific glute stretch, okay? This next glute stretch here, you guys, this is going to be us cradling the knee. So grabbing that front part of the knee, grabbing that ankle, and here we're just going to pull simultaneously, extending on that down toe. Okay, so make sure you guys, like I said, make sure you're not pulling too much on the knee or too much on the ankle, okay? You don't want either of those joint areas to be pulled too hard, okay? So make sure you're pulling up simultaneously. You guys should feel that same leg, that glute should be getting worked as you pull up, okay? Same thing here, you guys, 2 to 3 seconds per hold, okay? Alternate every step of the way, 8 to 10 yards. We are going to hit the hamstrings with a walking hamstring sweeps. All right, this next exercise is exactly what it sounds like. We're hitting the hammies, so that posterior part of the leg. All right, and we're doing that with walking sweeps. So for this, you guys, we're going to alternate kicking a leg out in front every time. Okay, that leg is going to stay straight or relatively straight full time. All right. Here, we're just going to be hinging at the waist. When we hinge, we're going to feel those hammies getting worked. And when we do that, we're just going to walk into every step, sweeping the ground, walking into that next step. Okay? All right? Make sure when you guys are going down, that it's that hinge as opposed to a squat. Okay, as soon as you guys start squatting down, the hamstring activation is dissipated and it goes completely to a quad or to your glute. Okay, other lower body muscle groups basically. Okay, we're targeting that hamstring. Okay, kick that leg out, keep it straight, alternate every step of the way, like I said, 8 to 10 yards down. Thanks, guys. Next movement we're going to do is going to be punter kicks or toy soldiers. All right, this is going to be another hamstring lower body movement. Okay, here we're just going to be alternating, going opposite foot, swinging up to that opposite hand. Okay, keep that leg relatively straight, extend on that down toe. Like I said, bring that leg up as high as we can. Okay. Here we're going to go 8 to 10 yards down and back, so go for about 20 to 30 seconds here. Same thing, you guys, alternate every step of the way. Guys, next up, we're going to incorporate all of those lower body muscle groups with our lunge variations. Okay, so to start off, you guys, we're going to do forward lunges, going down and back. Okay, so that 8 to 10 yards down, 8 to 10 yards back. For that, you guys, focus on quality reps here. Okay, keep that chest nice and tall full time. Make sure it's not dropping down. Okay, every time you're taking a big step out, all right, make sure you guys are pressing through that full foot, but primarily through that front heel, okay? And make sure when you guys are lunging out that you're keeping that knee out. Keep that glute strong as opposed to letting it cave in, okay? Keep it nice and tight, keep it strong. 10 yards down, like I said, 10 yards back, or for about 20 to 30 seconds. Next variation we're going to do, you guys, back lunges. So same thing here, keep that chest tall, keep your knee out, okay? Big step back every single time, that's the only difference, okay? All right, really reach back. You guys are going to have to obviously use a little bit more coordination, a little bit more balance. So lock it in, 10 yards down, 10 yards back. Good. All right. Nice, guys. Last thing we got here for our lunge variations is going to be side lunges. Okay. Same thing here, you guys. 10 yards down, 10 yards back. Okay. Here, same things apply. Okay. Big step out. Here, we're going to shift the hips back, sink down to one side, sink to the other. Then we're going to flip it every single time. Okay. All right, going 10 and back. All right, shift the hips back, sink down to one side, sink to the other. You guys should feel that inner part of the legs, that adductors, that groin area getting stretched out here. Job. Dynamic warm-up is completed. All right, so that lower body should be feeling a little bit more ready to go for those more practical applications, for more of those intense workouts. So apply that when you guys want. Go through it whenever you feel applicable, okay? Next up, we're gonna go ahead and get into our mobility work for our workout today, okay? Like I said earlier, guys, the mobility work that we're focused on is gonna be that lateral aspect of the lateral fascia chain, okay? So if you guys are unfamiliar with what that is, essentially, that's gonna be kind of the lateral or the side aspect of our body here, okay? Equipment I'll be utilizing for our movements here is gonna be these longer, kind of lighter resistance bands, glute bands. Okay, if you guys have that, you guys can grab that now. If you don't, you guys can also use either kind of that thicker moderate band that we used earlier, or if you guys have some type of long cylindrical pull that you could use for an anchor, you guys could use that as well. Okay, all right, what we're gonna do, you guys, we're gonna be going through a series of 5 different stances where we're basically going to be working the same stretch, the same movement throughout, okay? And that's going to be working that lateral chain like I said, okay? Here we're going to be looking to increase that range of motion and lengthen the muscles throughout, okay? So at each position, we're going to be holding each position for about 20 to 30 seconds per side. So this is basically about a 5-minute mobility session that you guys can integrate whenever you guys want to get that the lateral chain warmed up, okay? The positions that we're going to start off in, we're going to be in a tripod position at the start, okay? This is going to get everything opened up, all right? From there, we're going to go into the half kneeling position, okay? So changing up our overall position, same thing, going to get everything stretched out there. From there, we're going to do a standing neutral position with a hip lean, getting more of that lower body engaged with our lateral mobility work. And then from there, we're going to do a staggered position, and then we're going to do a fully kneeling position. Okay, so those are the 5 positions we're going to be doing this in. Like I said, we're going to be doing pretty much the same stretch, same movement across the board, holding it for about 15 to 20 seconds per time. Okay, so let's go ahead, you guys, start off in that tripod position, all right? We're gonna start off in that tripod position here. So legs about a little bit wider than normal, okay? Our hands here, the whole time, for most of the time, you guys, we're gonna have this band abducted away if you can, okay? And then here, we're just going to be laterally bending, and you guys should feel that deep stretch throughout that thoracic, throughout the rib cage here, and then going down into the hips, okay? So here, when you guys are bending down, I really want you to pull on that down hand, whichever you're at, and really pulling it down, getting that top part stretched out, okay? So that's what we're starting off here. Lean whichever way you guys want to start. And we're going to hold this for about 20 or so seconds. And then we're going to get that other side, same thing. So go ahead, you guys, and work into it. All right, start off with kind of that low tension, and then as you guys open it up even more and more, you guys can loosen it up. All right. right, let's go ahead and get that other side. So bring it onto that other side. Pull on that down hand. All right. Nice, guys. Next up, you can shake it out real quick. Next up, we're going to be in that half kneel position. So you can just start off with whichever leg you want. Okay, I got my left knee up here. Okay, so whichever knee you guys have up, all right, we're going to be going with it for about 10-15 seconds. And then we're also going to be going against it for about 10-15 seconds. Okay, so let's start off going with it, going into that front knee. Now let's go ahead, you guys, lean back, get that other end, pull on that down hand. Good, come back to the middle. Let's go ahead and flip sides. Get that other leg up. Same thing here, guys. Lean into that front knee. And let's lean against it. Let's go ahead, you guys, stand it back on up. All right, next up, you guys, we're going to have more of a neutral stance with our feet. So get them about shoulder width or maybe even a little bit slightly narrow. Okay, next up here, you guys, we're going to be doing a hip lean with our arms. Okay, so whichever way those hips are going, okay, so mine are leaning to the left, those arms are going to be laterally going to the right. Okay, so you're basically bending against those hips. Here we're going to get more of that lower body and that hip region laterally worked here, okay? So same thing, guys, 15-20 seconds. We're going to get that lean. Then we're going to pull down here. If you guys need to, you guys can come back to the top, get right back into it. Come back to the top. Let's go ahead and hit that other side. All right. Nice, guys. Whew. All right. Next position that we are going to be in is going to be more of a dynamic position, more of an athletic position. And this is going to be a staggered stance position. Okay, so think split squat here. Okay, so 1 foot out in front, 1 foot back. Okay, get into a comfortable position. Here, same thing, you guys. We're going to be going with and against that front knee. Okay, so get into a comfortable position here. We'll start off going with that knee. So leaning into it. Find that balance. I'm going to go against it. Here you really got to focus on balance, core stability, and staying strong. All right? Next leg here, you guys, flip sides. Same thing, abduct those hands. Lean into that front leg. Get that balance. Let's go against it. All right, nice. All right, you guys. Last position that we're going to be in is just going to be this fully kneeling position. All right, so on both knees here. All right, last thing we're going to do, you guys, it's going to be the same thing we've been doing. Okay, arms up, abduct away. Here, we're going to do that same thing with that hip lean and going against it. Okay, hold for 10-15 seconds. And then we're just going to get that last side here. All right, let's get that last side. That hip lean. Alrighty guys, we are done with our mobility section. All right, that lateral aspect of the upper body and that kind of hip region should be feeling a little bit more loosened up, a little bit more stretched out. That's the goal there. So you guys can go through that series all at once if you'd like to. If you want to break it up or just stick with a couple of those stances, you guys can certainly do that to improve and increase the range of motion and that muscle lengthening in that lateral fascia chain, like I said. Okay. To end class, you guys, like I was saying earlier, we will go through a little core finisher. Okay. Equipment that I will be utilizing is going to be these 3 dumbbells. So if you guys have dumbbells, grab 2 or 3 of them. If you don't, grab a couple of miscellaneous items that you guys can use. Doesn't really matter as far as weight goes. Anything between 5 to 20 pounds should be fine. Okay, so if you guys want to grab those, get them set up on one side of your body. All right, we're going to start off in the high plank position. Okay, so you'll start off in that high plank position, weights on one side, like I said. First exercise we're going to do is going to be what I like to call a high plank assembly line. Okay, pretty much what we're working here, obviously, is going to be that core, but we're also going to be working a little bit of shoulder dexterity by grabbing that weight, pulling it across, resetting the hands. Okay, you're going to move all of those weights down to one side, and then you're going to move them right back. Okay, we'll be doing all of these exercises 4 times, so you guys don't need to worry about how many of them you're doing, but focus throughout, you guys, on keeping the body nice and flat. Okay, make sure that butt isn't shooting up in the air. Okay, keep that core nice and tight, and really make sure you guys are resetting the hands after every single rep. Okay, second exercise that we're going to do is going to be an exercise getting that full rectus abdominis engaged with single leg jackknives. If you guys haven't done this before, starting position is going to be on your back. All right, we're going to be fully extended, arms over the top, legs out in front. And here we're just going to be crunching, meaning opposite leg to that opposite hand, okay, getting a twist at the top. Okay, so we're going to get the rectus abdominis involved, and we're also going to get those obliques involved. All right, alternate those reps. Once again, we have that for time. And then the last exercise we'll have here for a core finisher is going to be a Russian twist assembly line. So same thing like that high plank assembly line, we're going to be in a Russian twist position, doing the same thing as that high plank assembly line, moving the weights from one side to the other. Only difference being is we're doing a Russian twist as opposed to a move the weight with our arms for that plank, move the weight. Okay? Once again, that'll be timed, and that's all we got for today. Okay? All this time, we got this for 3 rounds, 3 exercises, and then we're done. All right? So get those weights to one side of the body. We're starting off that high plank assembly line. So starting off that high plank position. Get the weights ready. Round 1 here, we got this for 45 seconds. 45 seconds. Let me get my water real quick. All righty, guys. 45 seconds on the clock. High plank assembly line. Let's get it here in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Stop it in 3, 2, 1, and stop. All right, guys, land back on your back. Next up, we've got single leg jackknives. All right, got this for 35 seconds. Let's get it here, you guys. Get a twist at the top. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. Stop in 3, 2, 1, and stop. All right, guys, flip it on over. Get in that Russian twist position. Last thing we have here for round 1 is going to be that assembly line in the Russian twist position. All right, we got this for 30 seconds here. All right, set those weights down. Just don't throw them over your body. All right, keep the feet up if you can. If not, heels slightly touching. Let's get it here in 3, 2, 1, let's get it. Stop it in 3, 2, 1, and stop. Whew. All right, we're gonna take a quick little 30 seconds off. If you need to, grab water real quick. If you're feeling all right, go ahead and get those weights set up to one side for your high plank assembly line. All right, got that to start round 2. We'll have that for 40 seconds. Alrighty guys, round 2 here, 40 seconds on the clock. Move those weights over, keep the butt low. Round 2, let's get it in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Stop it in 3, 2, 1, and stop. All right, guys, flip it on over to your backside. Next up, single leg jackknife. Got this for 35 seconds, 35 seconds. I'm sorry, 40 seconds, 40 seconds. All righty, guys, twist at the top. Let's get it here in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Stop it in 3, 2, 1, and stop. All right, guys, flip it on over to the Russian twist position, the boat pose position. We got Russian twist assembly line here to end round 2. All right, get those weights to one side, move them over, move them right back. All right, last thing we got for round 2, guys, 35 seconds on the clock. Let's get it here in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Stop it in 3, 2, 1, and stop. Whew. Alrighty guys, good work. We're gonna have one last 30 seconds off here. All right, so at this time, grab water real quick, catch your breath, get those weights to one side. You got one last round left, okay? Starting out with that high plank assembly line. Move those weights over, move them right back. Keep the butt low. We got this. One more round here. Alrighty guys, 35 seconds on the clock. Let's get it here in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Stopping in 3, 2, 1, and stop. All right, flip it on over your backside. Next up, we got those single leg jackknives. 45 seconds on the clock. Let's get it here in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Stop it in 3, 2, 1, and stop. Whew. Alrighty guys, get in that boat pose position. Last thing we got today, Russian twist assembly line. Got this for 40 seconds. Lock in that core one last time, you guys. Move that weight over, move it right back. Let's get it here in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Stopping in 3, 2, 1, and stop. Woo! That is what I'm talking about, you guys. Well, hey, good work today, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that last little core finisher. If you guys did enjoy today's class, please be sure to like this video. Please be sure to comment what you did like about it. If you didn't like anything, please be sure to let us know. We always appreciate the feedback. If you guys did enjoy the video, you can share it with a coworker, friend, anybody. That'd be great. We always appreciate that. But until next time, you guys, I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're staying safe. Take care. We'll see you in the next video.